we have a familiar face to a friend of yours who just returned the favor to you. Very recently, the great Tom Hiddleston was on stage with me, and Eddie was kind enough to send in a video message, and of course, Tom has to return the favor. Here's a message from Tom Hiddleston for Eddie Redmayne.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Josh, and chiefly, hello, Eddie. I hope you're having the most wonderful time in New York on Broadway doing cabaret. I've always said it's your masterpiece. I don't know if you've told Josh and the assembled group about your history with this character, but I know it's very dear to you, and it's kind of like defining. Anyway, you're magnificent. My question to you is, I was really thinking about this, what do you think is the greatest challenge you have ever faced as an actor? So something that you're required to do, you're about to do, you're standing at the base of the mountain, metaphorically, and you're thinking, how on earth am I going to do this? What was it, and how did you get through it? How did you convince yourself that you'd be okay? All right, I'm just curious. I need to know this.
I'm just curious.
Have fun, everybody. Lots of love. Bye.
Amazing, amazing.
God, how lovely of him to ask.
That's funny.
I think I asked him a really stupid question for his podcast. Tom asked like a really profound question.
One up Redmayne. No.
God, Tom and I were at school together, and we did school plays together when we were kids. It's a really good question, and the answer to it, I think, was when I did The Theory of Everything, a film about Stephen Hawking, the first... The thing that scared me most about that film was portraying ALS and portraying it authentically. And I'd spent months prepping it, but the way that films work is obviously you can't shoot chronologically. And particularly the first days of shooting Theory of Everything, we shot everything that was set in Cambridge because the students hadn't come back yet for term. So we had to do all of the scenes that was exterior shots in Cambridge in the first 2 days. And I'll never forget that in the morning of the first day of shooting, I had to start playing Stephen healthy and young, and then play him with one stick, and then in 2 different stages beyond that, when the ALS had really got a grip on him. And it was at Cambridge, which was the university I went to, and I just couldn't quite believe I was there, knowing Stephen was up the road and he came to the set. I just felt, I don't actually know how you can do this. And what happened was the night before filming, I don't know how you are with this girl, but every time I do a film, the anxiety gets so intense that night before filming, because you always start at some random scene in the middle of the arc of a character, and you can have done all this prep in a vacuum, and at some point you have to just put what's the expression, strap your colours to the mast or whatever, you have to, and it got to 4 a.m, and I wasn't asleep, and I was like, I'm being picked up at 6, it got to 5 a.m, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna sleep. I had a bath, woke up, walked through the streets of Cambridge, which was so odd because I hadn't been back since I'd left university, to a film set to do this thing. And the day that, in answer to Tom's question, how did I do it? I think the fatigue was so overwhelming that it was like, but all I remember is at the end of the day, I had to do a full-on breakdown scene in a specific, and by that point, I was so tired and I was so exhausted that I think James Marsh, the director, just sort of poked me and I just went, it was so, which was probably very helpful and may have won me an Oscar. So it transpires that if in doubt, don't sleep and use the anxiety.
Easy enough, and then Oscars come your way. Have you ever been in this situation where you're at a lovely family gathering and suddenly you're in a conversation with maybe an aunt, an uncle, a sister-in-law, and you find yourself bending the truth a little bit? Like maybe your relationship's going perfectly, maybe you're about to get the promotion you're not actually going to get. That's fine in that situation, I suppose, but that can't be the situation when you're talking to your doctor. You have to be absolutely truthful. Your health is too important, guys. Enter Zachdoc. It's the place where you can find and book doctors who will make you feel comfortable and actually listen to you. And we're not talking about just a few. We're talking about tens of thousands of patient-reviewed, verified doctors. Zachdoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors near you and instantly book appointments with them online. Once you find the doctor you want, you can book them that very second. No more waiting awkwardly on hold with a receptionist. And did I mention all these doctors have verified reviews from actual, real patients? Plus, you can filter specifically for ones who take your insurance, are located near you, and treat basically any condition that you're searching for. If I need a doctor, I use Zachdoc. Go to Zachdoc.com/happysad. Download the Zachdoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That's Zachdoc.com/happysad. Zachdoc.com/happysad.